What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Living Life Fast, and today you join me for part 2 of my 24-hour trip to the United States. In today's video, we're going to go over every upgraded component we're going to be doing on my M3 Touring. You can see my engine here. I'm so excited. Let's get straight into it.
Turbo, that's tag team. Drag race, no drag queen. Straight fuel injection, that's max speed, no vaccine. Fast, mine out for the curve. Full tank full of gas.
Alright guys, so we've got my fully built S58 engine running a single turbocharger. Obviously, you can't actually see what we've done.
So like Ricky said, this is our G42 1200 single turbo kit. It also comes in a precision option. You can get smaller turbo, bigger turbo. We've also got it offered with a Borg Warner with internal wastegate, billet manifold, it's thermal coated, and then this engine is the full works. So a lot of you guys will say, you know, why do you need the full works? You can get just a standard engine with rods and pistons and studs, which is fine. That will get 90% of the customers and they'll be happy with it. So we don't really try to push everybody into the extra stuff, but Ricky wanted, you know, for us to take his bag, so we said, we'll take it. So here we are.
For the record, I've not just had these mods for no reason. Like,
this is so that you can not have a ceiling. This is so you can go as far as you want to go, because the other engine, you know, it's set up so it's customer specific. Most guys, they're not trying to go to the moon. They just want a reliable car. They're not trying to spend a ton of money on it, which is fine. These cars bang for the buck. The rod, piston, stud option is the most bang for the buck. You'll make 1,000 wheel on that all day. But for the guy trying to go further, you have issues with cylinders. You have issue with sealing, so that's what all the other pieces remedy.
We've actually staged the tables here with all of the mods I've actually had done to the M3 Touring. So should we start here? So we've obviously gone with the pure drivetrain solution stage 3 gearbox.
So this is the stage 3 gearbox. Chris and the guys at Pure in New York, they offer these trans builds. They have a stage 1, 2, and a 3. This is the 3 build, and we got this one for you because you wanted to not have to go back and send it back for any reason. So Chris got you set up with everything possible on it. It's got the clutches, the E-hubs, everything's billet. It's all been redone. It's also got the
race converter as well.
Yes, it's got the converter on there, which
what's that? So you can raise the revs higher.
So what that does is that on the stock setup, the stock converter is designed to have about a 3,500 stall limit. So that means it'll get to 35 and it'll hold there. This is designed to go much further, so that way the guys that have bigger turbos, they have a little bit of lag off the line. So this will let you go to 5,500 RPM, and it'll hold it there so you can build the boost that you need to get off the line quickly.
We've got the billet manifold as well, so this is one of your hot sellers right now.
Yeah, this one we sell a lot of, so this is kind of the basic item. So this is our billet manifold. You can see it's all billet construction with the runners and everything. Beautiful. We got our cores. The core is actually about 30% bigger. So you can see it's all one-piece construction. So we've got the core, the whole manifold, everything's billet, all made in-house. So this enables you to not have the issue of the stock manifold failing. Because if you see here, the stock manifold is held together by just crimps.
It's plastic as well?
It's plastic, yes.
Just quickly showing my one. So guys, you can see this one's, what's the color called?
That's a thermal gray.
Thermal gray. And then we've got the embossed LLF gassed.
This currently, we have a lot of configurations that we're still testing, but we're trying a few different things. So the stock block, you don't need to machine it or anything when you're building it. So you can see on this, the actual liner on here is, it's not a sleeve, it's actually plasma coated with iron on there, and then it's crosshatched. So this is actually steel and basically stuck onto the aluminum. The older blocks in the BMWs used to be alley-sill. Alley-sill was where there's no crosshatch in it. There's a hone that is run on the block, so it pulls out the silicon, and the piston rides on the silicon layer that is created. This is like a conventional block, no different than a sleeve. So this has a crosshatch in it. The oil is actually sitting in the crosshatch, and it's actually more durable because of the steel. It's not aluminum.
There's no complaints with the block, for the record, is there? Really?
No, there's really not complaints for the block so far. I mean, the only thing we've seen is that some of them between, you can see where there's a V there, that's the channel, so it does have a little bit of deflection, but overall for the average consumer, the block is stout.
Let's go into what we've done to the block then. So we've sleeved the block, right?
So the block, as far as we go, we have several options. So this one has sleeves in it. It's not complete, so it's not got a final hone and a final deck, but we have fire rings on it. So this is something that we've been testing. You can see here, if I can get one of these out, these are the rings. So we have these rings that we sit, and they sit proud, so they pinch the gasket. And they're all one piece, so that way it helps with the sealing. We have a receiver groove on the head side, and this helped with the gasket.
So this is what you call O-ring in the block?
This is what we call O-ring in the block, yeah.
And what's the reason for that, sorry?
This is to stop the combustion gases from trying to get out. So once you get high in boost, it's not so much that the head is lifting, it's the gasket starts to fail. So you pinch the gasket in a certain area, and now the gasket is sealed off with extra force.
This is the next step you need to do to raise boost.
Yeah,
on
so
your
guys
turbo
will find
kit,
around 40, 45 pounds of boost that they're gonna have issues with their coolant system pressurizing. Even if they have studs or head gasket. I mean, there are other solutions to it, but this is the one that we're currently working on and that we're running on your build.
And this is not made out of a copper, this is a different material.
No, this is a 304 stainless.
Okay.
So this is a stainless piece, unlike copper, which is gonna crush, this does not crush. So this is where you leave it is where it's gonna stay. And the copper, the problem with it is when you put a copper wire in, it's gonna butt somewhere. There's no ends on this one. So this is one continuous piece. So there's no way that it's gonna leak through the ring itself. Pistons we've got from 5150. Hayan and the guys over there at 5150 provide us all of our parts. That's where we buy them from. So anyone looking to buy just parts, buy from them. But you can see Krillo makes the rods. We got the head studs, and then we've got the main studs.
Once again, to just strengthen like the head.
The studs we mainly tell everyone they should do because it will get more clamping power. So you want to get as much clamping as you can. But part of the problem sometimes is that you can also make it to where there's too much clamping and then the block starts to deform. So that can cause issues. So it's one of those deals where you need to take into account what you're doing and how you're doing it, not just slap a bunch of parts in.
And obviously you've been messing with your car.
Yeah, we've been doing R&D on ours and the older cars, and we've spoken to others in the industry that we work with. So this is what we found works well for us.
Mine's got insurance, hasn't it?
A little bit, yeah. A little bit, yeah. So another thing, I mean, a lot of guys ask is, there's also our taper rods. So you'll see, one has a taper and one doesn't. This rod is designed to work with the stock piston. So you'll see this rod slides in, whereas now this rod, which is actually a heavier duty rod, will not slide in. So for guys that want to run their stock pistons, this is the rod over here that you want to run. I know there's other companies that offer it, and they might, you know, you guys might not know it's even offered, but this is offered. It's an off-the-shelf product. The springs are for the valve float. So when you start to get up in pressure, your valve springs need to be increased. So that way you can have it close off for you. The valves mostly for heat, and they're super light. So you get both of them. So when you're trying to rev higher, for example, you want these, but these are also for heat, to manage the heat that you have built up in the engine. This is a stock crankshaft. So we've been working with Hayan and 5150. We're developing a stroker crankshaft. So we're gonna have a crankshaft coming out where you'll be able to get more stroke out of it, increase the displacement of the engine up to like a 3.2, 3.4, depending on the amount of stroke. So that's something we have in the works. We also have the cylinders that we'll be able to run oversized pistons in, which is also in the works. So those are some of the things that we have behind the scenes that we've been working on.
Turbo kit. So this is your
yeah, so this is our turbo kit. This is one that's not fully welded together, so you can see everything that goes into it. This is the manifold. That is a G42 downpipe, upper half, and this is the bottom half. So everything connects to stock location, and it's plug and play.
So we're saying G42.
Yeah, we're between G42 or the Precision. I want not the 72, 75, but the one step up from that for your car. So we're trying out both. We're gonna finish testing our cars with this. We've got a car running a G35 1050. Then we're gonna also try the G42 1200 on it, see where it falls, how it responds, and then we'll also try the Precision.
G42, that's good for what, 1200 wheel basically?
It'll probably be around 1100 to 1200, I would say. Yeah, somewhere in that window, realistically. The 35 1050, we're expecting that to be around 950 to 1000 safely.
The what, the 1050?
35 1050, yeah.
Okay.
So this one we're expecting to have around 1100.
So UK brake horsepower, I'm close to 1300 horsepower, easy.
You'll probably be around there, yeah. So 12 to 13 in that window ballpark area, yeah.
And obviously this platform, it's not been out for long, has it?
Yeah, development's still happening now, but it's moving pretty quick. There's a lot of options out there right now.
Some other bits, Raza, we've got fueling, like the Reflex.
Yep.
We've got the upgraded fuel pumps. It's a harness kit it comes with as well.
Yeah, so we're running the Precision Raceworks drop-in fuel setup. So we've got that in here. We've got the Reflex controller and the Tensility harness. Yeah. This allows you to run the port injection. This controls the port injection. And then that supplies the fuel for the port injection. We've got the injectors that we offer. We run the ID injectors, anywhere from 1050 all the way to, I think, 1600.
What do you think I need to run?
Depending on your fuel pressure is going to dictate what you have. So because you can get away with higher fuel pressure, I would probably run the 1050s on yours unless we have fueling issues. It'll give you more resolution with the 1050s and the bigger setup. But if we need to, it's just an injector swap, so it's not going to be that big.
These things can affect daily drivability as well.
Yeah,
right?
this will make it to where you shouldn't even notice.
So that's mainly everything, would you say, Raza?
Yeah, that's basically
Anything else we
everything.
missed?
We've got 1 or 2 things that we can't share yet, but we'll be coming out with those soon. So this is everything that we sell currently.
So guys, as you can see, man, we have got an absolute weapon of an engine. I've done everything. Anybody wondering, they're like, why haven't you built it in the UK? This guy is the man that actually persuaded me to even buy an M3 Touring. He made me buy the M4. So when I locked off YouTube, I wasn't doing YouTube for like a year. I was still in contact with Raza, and he's like, Ricky, man. He's like,
you gotta
that's
get
the
the
American
Touring.
accent.
Yeah,
Ricky, man. Buy an M4, man. I got a gearbox.
Yeah, no, we told Ricky to get the Touring. I mean,
I swear to God.
we don't have those here, so it'd be cool to have a really fast Touring out there. I mean, I figure you guys will like that. Touring always seems to hit a soft spot for everybody.
Very, very excited. Loads of people in the UK are jumping on this S58 hype. It's obviously big over here, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
we say it's a new GTR platform, I reckon. Okay, so Raza, all of this,
Yeah.
talking about builds and that, you must have some customer cars.
Yeah, so like we were saying, the basic setup with rods and pistons, we've got a car like that. So we'll show you that G35 1050 car with the base engine build. That's the one that we anticipate 90% of our customers running because they're not trying to go to the moon. That's the stage 1 or stage 2 pure trans with the basic build, 40-45 PSI, daily driver friendly.
Right, so we go check that car. We'll do that in the next video.
Yeah, we'll take you over to that car, we'll drive that car, we'll show you the car on the
it,
dyno, drive it around, we'll get a review from you on it.
And we say 950,000 more.
It's about 950 1,000, yeah. So we'll run it on the dyno and you can see what it makes.
All right, so yeah, guys, join me for part 3. We're gonna go out in one of his customer builds. As always, if you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and obviously check out Raza's links in the description. I'll leave all of his website, social medias. Respect, Raza.
Appreciate it, Ricky.
Bless, man.
Yo, what's a right or a left turn? Lamborghini make the heads turn. Enough fuel for the next journey. Man's wheel spinning, got the heads turning. Exhaust smoke like a fire burning. Just bought a bin, my man's buying German. Halfway I want, didn't buy a permit. Wanna join the team, then buy a jersey. Full tank full of gas lead. We on